Hit that like button. Subscribe to the page. Your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. And I got a little bit of ranting and raving to do. But first, we're going to take a listen in to Coach Donovan. We're going to hear what Coach Billy got to say about this loss. Because I got to know.
122 points. You've got to be able to play, I think, good enough defense that's enough points to be able to win. And they're a hard team to guard because they've got obviously 4 guards out there. They all put it down. They all attack and drive. And, you got to be able to control the ball. And there was some possessions. We did a pretty good job of it, but we didn't do a good enough job for probably, 48-minute time the game was going on. How do you get better defensively? Well, it's like I said, with some of the guys that are getting an opportunity to play, maybe more minutes, that this can make us a better team as they go through this. I'd say San Antonio is a team that, moves as much as anybody, in the league. Golden State moves, they move, quite a bit. And you've got to have the stamina to not only for the first, 8 or 10 seconds, but you've got to be able to stay with it. And this, all of our guys were in a lot of closeout situations. And, when you're having to constantly rotate and help and scramble, you're going to get put into tough situations. Now, if they didn't shoot the ball particularly well from the 3-point line, maybe the score looks a little bit different. But I also thought the threes that they got, even if they didn't make them, I thought they were really good looks. Like, I thought they generated very, very good shots. And the reason I say that is, the 3-point shooting percentage for them was high and their assist numbers were high. So I thought they generated good shots for themselves. Well, he's very, very long when he gets in the teeth of the defense. I wouldn't say that he's an elite 3-point shooter, but he's much improved 3-point shooter. He's improved in that area, but where he's always been very good is getting into the teeth of the defense. And I think as he's gotten older and more experienced, he's much, much better manipulating pick and roll, getting to spots. And then he's really, really long when he goes up. It's hard really to contest on him when he's at the rim, even with our bigs, because he is so long. But you got to be able to get him under control at the point of the screen. And I thought, tonight we did not, just didn't do a good enough job on him, at the point of the screen. And listen, there was some great one-on-one plays he made where we did a really, really good job, and he kind of backed it out and just was driving, changing direction until he got to where he wanted to go. But he had a persistence to him about, getting to the basket. Yeah, Zach was on him. I think Zach did a good job just trying to work it as best he could. We started the game with Javonte on him, Green. We wanted to put some size on him because I do think when he gets in the lane, you want to have some size around him to make his finishes a little bit more difficult. And then we kind of went back with Io, because we wanted to maybe switch up because we thought McDermott was hurting us a little bit in the first half shooting the basketball. We thought maybe getting Javonte chasing him with some lane contesting, and we felt like Io on, we got our matchup was Io was guarding McDermott to start the game, but there was a lot of cross match, some missed shots just because Murray was guarding Io. So Io was on him, and Io did a pretty good job on him. So we felt comfortable about switching it up. But, we had Io on him, we had Javonte on him, and we had Zach on him. I don't. Yeah, I think there's like this misconception of, maybe, other people need to do other people's jobs. I mean, the reality is that, defense is a 5-man situation, and
Facts.
If we're going to sit there and say, hey, you 2 guys or you 3 guys don't have to worry about playing defense, it's someone else's job. You're never going to be a good team defensively. That takes all 5 guys. Now, I do think offensively there's roles, there's guys have skill levels, and you want to try to put guys where they're maximizing their skill levels. But defensively, everybody's going to have to block out. Everybody's going to get back in transition. Everybody's going to have to guard the ball. Everybody's going to have to get over pick and roll. Everybody's going to have to deal with screening actions. And you can't just sit there and say, okay, well, you take care of all the screens, you take care of the pick and rolls, you take care of all the rebounds. We got to do all that stuff collectively. Okay. Yep. Thank you. All right. Yep.
That was Billy Donovan, coach of the Chicago Bulls. As the Bulls take an L tonight. I like to let Billy talk because you get to see the insides and the outsides. Bulls lose 131-122. You get to see what the coach is thinking off of what he just saw. Now, here's my thoughts on it. And I am going to go to the phones. I am going to talk with you guys as well. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Appreciate the love. The Bulls defensively, for some reason, without Caruso and Lonzo Ball, are a joke. You got hooped up tonight. Hooped up. Now, DeJounte Murray can hoop you up. DeJounte Murray's a baller. But I'm sorry. When you got 23 from Kendall Johnson, or Keldon Johnson, you got 11 from McDermott, 11 from Walker, 11 from Vassell, 14 from White, 21 from Podol. That's a game where I look at the team and I'm asking the question, why aren't you helping? I'm sorry, Zach LaVine. I saw you down the stretch. I saw you when you started playing defense. Now, Zach LaVine is a star. He's a top player in the league. But I saw you when you started playing defense. And I'm sorry, but a freaking minute and 30 seconds in the fourth quarter to go is not the time for you to be in a defensive stance when you see White coming up the court. I don't care that your best defenders are getting surgery. I don't care that your best defender. I care about seeing effort. For some reason, Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan feel they don't have to have any effort on the defensive end consistently. And of course, there's going to be people in here tonight that kill Vooch. Vooch has some missed defensive plays as well. But I have a tough time killing Vooch when my big man is coming off of a screen and Zach LaVine can't get over it, or Zach LaVine can't recover. And so he's guarding somebody at the three-point line, and there's nobody else big down there, which we know coming into the game, and yet you still continue to have the big man switch off because there's nobody else to guard that man there. So now there's a 7-footer down low in Jakob Podol who's snatching the board, tipping it back out, or Eubanks who's tipping the board back out. And on the other side, you've got Vooch switching out on defense to jump in front of DeJounte Murray as he's blowing past Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan on defense. And Javonte Green, by the way, he put Javonte Green on his butt. And Ayo Dosunmu. Ayo's in there as well, blowing past those guys. He doesn't get a pass for tonight. So Vooch steps up to make the play, and guess what? Zach doesn't jump back in front. Zach doesn't recover. Now Podol's wide open. It's team defense. Billy said it. It's not on one person. 5 people make defense easy. 5 people playing defense makes defense easy. You know why? Because no matter where you go, the dude you run into is playing defense. I'm not asking you to play lockdown defense. I'm not asking you to clamp them up. I'm asking you to play some form of defense. I'm asking you to play with a little bit of energy in your life. I'm asking you to not give up 131 points to an inferior team. And that's what you lost to tonight. You lost to an inferior team. Like the video if you agree, man. There is absolutely nothing about the San Antonio Spurs that should have let you lose this game tonight. Even with your best defenders out tonight, we have the better team. We have the better team. I understand there's not a lot of people to go to on the bench. But you know how you make things easier for your bench unit? If you play a little defense. They exposed the pick and roll all night. That second half, the pick and roll was exposed all night. And I understand mugs want to come in here and say, hey, Billy didn't adjust to that. Hey, listen, even if Billy adjusts to it, the players got to do it. I can't believe Billy Donovan went into the huddle and said, hey, they killing us with that pick and roll. Keep doing what you're doing. I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that they went into that huddle and Billy Donovan was just like, keep doing what you're doing. Andrew Koo or Keogh, wasn't it? Andrew Keogh says Vooch is always letting them shoot for free. Vooch is guarding so many people out there. He shouldn't. We're putting Vooch in so many bad defensive situations. We're putting Vooch in so many bad defensive situations. Repeatedly. We know he's not a great defender. We knew that cut when we traded for him. And we're putting him in situations where we expect him to be Miles Turner. I watched time and time again, and I knew it was coming in the post-game show. I knew it was coming. I knew the Vooch slander was coming. And listen, there's some plays where Vooch absolutely played badly. He got chopped up on that pick and roll tonight. But it is literally Vooch versus the world down there with the stuff they do to him on defense. Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, what are y'all doing? The Bulls have now lost 6 of their last 7 on the road. I understand there's injuries. Injuries don't replace effort. There's no effort on this team defensively. There's no effort on this team defensively without Alex Caruso and Lonzo Ball in the lineup, and that's a joke. Listen, I think you have the talent on this team to win an NBA championship. I really do. Or at least to be in one. Winning might be tough. Phoenix, and but I think you have the talent on this team to at least get to an NBA championship, but not with that effort. Not with that effort. I watched when Zach LaVine started playing defense. I watched it. It was with 1:30 left in the fourth. When you were down 8. I watched it. I can't recall DeMar playing defense all night. I can recall him not playing defense. I can recall people being wide open. I remember that. I don't remember one defensive play from DeMar. But when Alex Caruso was in the game, I can remember multiple defensive plays for all of the players. There's no reason one player should replace all of your effort. I'm not asking Zach LaVine to be a great defender. I'm asking you to try on that end. Offensively. And I know it's one of those like, hey, Pat, how can you kill the Bulls offensively? And the phone lines are open, man. The Contender phone lines are open. Call it to the show, 855-908-5668. I'm going to take some calls as well. Pat, how can you kill the Bulls offensively? They scored 122 points. I'm not even talking about the ISO ball tonight. I'm not even talking about the ISO ball tonight. The fact that you watched a guy who's struggling offensively the entire season, up and down, watched him dominate Jakob Poeltl, Eubanks, anybody they put on him in the paint, and you went away from him? That's where I got a problem with Billy Donovan. That's where I got a problem with Billy Donovan tonight. Step up to your offensive pieces. Step up to your stars. I get that you have to rely on them. But you also got to play the situations. I'm fine with there being some ISO ball. But you also got to play the situations. And you're not playing the situations on that end. The situation tonight was Vooch was destroying every person they put on him inside the paint. And you allowed Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan to start to do the one-on-one thing and start to go at it. And yes, the shots were falling for DeMar in the first half. And yes, but what you're doing is you're going away from the dude that's been struggling to shoot when he's dominating the game. Guess what? When he comes back on the other side, the shots might not be falling the same. Now, honestly, for Vooch, they were. He knocked down a couple of threes. He knocked down some big layups in there. He got to the bucket. He kept trying to find you, that guy that was outside. But why go away from what works? Why are we going away from what works? I've seen us do it this entire losing streak. Or the entire time we've been losing. We ain't got on a streak, but the entire time we've been losing, I've seen it. I've seen it. We continuously go away from it. Whoever's working the most, we don't go to that player. Unless it's DeMar. If it's Io, if it's Kobe, they don't see the ball again. That's an adjustment. To me, that's on coaching. Over 100 in the chat. Nah. Hit the like button, subscribe to the page, man. Let's go out to the phone lines, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with the show as always. I appreciate all the love you guys show. And I appreciate y'all for sitting through my rant. Now I want to hear from you. Let's hear from the Bulls fans. Let's go out to the 563. We got James on the line. James, what's going on? Yep.
Look, okay, I'm gonna go straight into it. Look, leadership and pride, that comes into question in situations like this.
Yep.
Okay, now losing to the Miamis of the world, the Brooklyns of the world, Philly, all right, cool. But when you play against teams that you should beat,
yep,
and you lose those teams, it starts to add up eventually. Okay, because it's a pretty tight race right now.
Yep.
1 to 6 is like, what, 2-3 games? We could be sitting from the top of the conference to having to play our ass off in the play-in game to get into the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
And it gets to a point where San Antonio is literally telling you what they're going to do. They're telling you, we're running this play. And until you stop it, we're going to keep running it. It got to get down to the point where DeMar or Vooch or Zach or somebody has to hold the team accountable and say, all right, enough is enough. We're done playing games. Let's take this team out.
Yep.
Okay, and this game right here, I haven't said about the Bulls in this season. That was embarrassing. That we look like complete fools out there. And also, and I don't know if the game has changed that much, but do NBA teams even run plays anymore? Like, does the point guard go up the court and go, hey, let's run this play, let's run that play?
Yeah. We see it all the time in the first half. For some reason, when we get to the second half, it's time for, Zach and DeMar to do their one-on-one thing and bring the ball up. And every now and then we move the ball around.
And if we do that, we're going to lose. And we're going to lose every single time. And don't get me started on the defense. Okay, one, that drop-down coverage of the pick and roll, that needs to stop. I've been telling y'all that needs to stop. And two, defense is one of the first things you learn when you play basketball. And since these players came in the NBA, all the fundamentals are gone. Like, no one was sticking to their man. No one was calling out the three-point line. That was embarrassing.
Yep.
And look, I don't give a damn about injuries. Caruso and Lonzo should not hurt us that much. It's all about pride, and it's all about effort. And I didn't see none of that tonight. And if things don't change quickly, which I believe they will, but if they don't change quickly, man, this stretch of games heading into the All-Star game, because you don't want to limp heading into the All-Star game, but it's going to get really rough, really fast. I mean, that was embarrassing. If I was the coach of the team, I would say, man, shower and get on the plane. I wouldn't even talk to them right now. That was embarrassing.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right, James. Appreciate the call, man. Stay safe out there. All right, boy.
You too.
All right, man. Peace. No, he's 100% right, dog. He's 100% right. Like, it's I'm not going to say it's the most embarrassing game of the season. I think that's still Orlando. The Orlando game was really bad, but this is a theme. You know what I'm saying? This is a theme. Yeah, you can outscore anybody in the league right now. Bulls shot what tonight? 52%? They can outscore anybody in the league right now. What did we shoot? 52%. Dead on. They shot 53%. Bulls can outscore anybody in the league right now. Bulls couldn't stop us. You know what I'm saying? At least make it look good. At least TBJ gets in a defensive stance. He wasn't good either, but at least he gets into a defensive stance. Like, it's just, it's one of those where it's like, dog, you have to show some effort. Think about this. A little bit of effort defensively. We lost by 9 points. A little bit of effort defensively. And it changes everything. And you know when they showed effort defensively? When they started to get a run. But then they got within 2 points, and guess what they did? They let them come down and knock down 3 shots in a row. A little bit of effort defensively. That's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for. Let's go out to the 773, man. Got Shay on the line. Shay, what's good?
Hey, man. You know, Tom Thibodeau said it a long time ago. If you don't do what you're supposed to do in games early on, you get what you deserve in this league. And tonight we got what we deserve. I don't know why we thought that we were supposed to just come in and just whoop this team, especially when it's being coached by literally the second greatest NBA coach of all time, and Greg Popovich, on his birthday nonetheless. I mean, I think as a team, we have to really look ourselves in the mirror and say, are we dependent on DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine a little bit too much? Now I know that they have to stop taking dumb shots too, and that's understandable. But as a team, we have to look at ourselves and say, are we dependent on those two a little bit too much? And another thing, I feel like we tend to disrespect Nikola Vucevic a lot because we tend not to use him even when he has the matchups. Like you said earlier, Pirtle can't really guard Vucevic. Vucevic was killing them. And another thing, I feel like you are right. 3 players should not dictate our effort and our intensity every single night. You know, we talk about we had a playoff team. What if one of our players get injured within the playoffs? Then what's gonna happen then? I look at it like this: if we don't get ourselves together, hey, we're gonna get a real wake up call. And I feel like, you know, I think we're getting it right now. Hopefully.
Hey, we're going to see, man. We're going to see. Great points, great call in. Shay, appreciate the love, man, as always.
Always. Peace.
Peace, man. And this is the thing, right? Zach LaVine shot 10 for 23 tonight. He got 30. Shot 10 for 23. Was 2 for 10 from the three-point line. DeMar DeRozan was 13 for 22. More efficient game. Vooch was 8 for 14 with 18. Kobe White was 7 for 9 with 18. Go with what's working. Go with what's working. And this is not new. This is something the Bulls have done all season. This is not new. In the third and fourth quarter, there's no plays being run. There's no setup. There's no ball movement. There's DeMar and Zach. And when it's working, it's fine. But the adjustment has to come. I'm not one of those people that's like, you can't be playing iso ball the rest of the game. Yes, you can, if it's working. Every player in the NBA plays iso ball. Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving. Name the star. Iso ball. They all play it. If it's working. The good teams, like the Golden State Warriors, you know what they do when it's not working? They move the ball around. Dish. Pass. I'm not asking Ayo to be out there setting up crazy plays and run the Showtime Lakers. I'm asking Ayo to set the game up, set the plays up, and and help the team move the ball around. And that's not on Ayo. Ayo's a rookie. Ayo's trying to figure out what the heck he's doing out there while kind of knowing what he's doing defensively. Offensively, Billy Donovan, you got to adjust. You just do. You got to adjust. And he hasn't adjusted offensively. Defensively, I think Billy's trying to adjust, and he just doesn't have good enough defenders. And you have to show a commitment on that end. I'm sorry. I'm not letting up on Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan. I'm not letting up on those guys. Shay said, are we relying on them too much? That's what you're supposed to do. They're your stars. And in the big moments, you know what stars are supposed to do? They're supposed to step up. Wherever you need them to step up. Zach LaVine can play defense. DeMar DeRozan can play defense. I've seen it. When Caruso and Lonzo were in there, they were a top 5 defensive team. That's not just Caruso and Lonzo. They can play defense. You have to want to. You have to have the will to. And it shouldn't be because a couple of dudes were hurt that are going to tell you to get your butt in gear and play a little bit of defense that now you can't play it no more. What are we talking about? Keep it going to the phone lines, man. Let's go out to Maul. Maul's out in the 219. Maul, what's going on, bro?
Man, what's up, Pat, man? That was an L. That was definitely an L. And your win was definitely well-deserved and well-needed. Can you hear me good enough?
I got you, bro.
That was definitely a pathetic effort on the part of our boys. Like you stated, man, I don't pretend to be a basketball effort. In fact, I'll be honest with anybody here. I'm trash at basketball. I love watching it. I can't dribble to save my life. I can't shoot. I can't do nothing. If there's one thing that even I know in basketball, your offense can come, it can go. Defense is epic. Defense should never leave. Defense is 48 minutes of you giving it your all. You know, that I don't get mad when there are times. I'll say that a little bit later. I understand there are going to be times when our offense is going to be dead in the water. I understand there's going to be times when we get a little too iso ball heavy. Defense should never let up. Even if we go 3 minutes without scoring, they should also go 3 minutes without scoring because our defense should be, in fact, more impacted and more get up because we're like, hey, we can't get up on offense, so we need to lock them down defensively. And like you said, even though I think we are going to miss Alex Caruso and Lonzo because their defensive IQ is so high that they know how to put people in the right positions, it still doesn't change the fact that you have to get effort for 48 minutes of the game and things like that. Yeah, when they're out there, they can cover up some of your lapses and problems that you have, but you have to get 48 minutes of effort. And sometimes I feel like our defense gets really streaky where we'll go on 3 or 4 possessions of guarding really well, and then we just stop. And that's a problem. offensively, you're right. There are times when we get away from who is the hot hand. Kobe had 15 points in the first half. He had 3 in the second. You know, Vooch was going to work in the first half. No one could stop him in the pace. He was going to work. He should not have ended with just 18 points. That man should have at least been up there with DeMar and Zach and had 28, 30 points himself. If not, he should have been the leading scorer because there was no one. And I think Stacey King says it best. When our offense gets stagnant and everything, and we get ISO ball heavy, that's the time to say, hey, Booch, okay, we're about to throw it to you in the post. Let's you go to work. We're going to play off of you this time. And they don't do that. And that becomes so annoying because I'm like, give the ball to Booch. He is right there. And you see, they can't stop him. Give the ball to Booch. You guys are still, it's not like y'all not going to get y'all points. You know? Zach, you still going to get your 12 to 15, 18 however many shots. Same thing with DeMar. Give the ball to Booch. There are times when they miss him when he has a small dude on him. I'm like, bro, Booch has barbecue chicken right there, you know? And so, like, it's just some of the frustrating things. They definitely got to get their best and get them open. And again, it's on everybody. It's not just on the players. It's on the coach as well. They need to review this and really break down where they fuck up at. I'm sorry to curse, but where they mess up at. So, you know, that's just my thoughts on this game. But, you know, I still got faith in this team that they're going to get their butts in gear and everything. But they just need to increase their basketball IQ and get everything going, you know?
I agree with you, bro. I agree with you 100%, man. I agree with you 100%. Great points, man. Great points as always. Stay safe out there, Ma. We be back for the next one, man. We're going to do it to ourselves.
Absolutely,
we'll
absolutely.
All right. All right, bro. Hey, I get it, man. I get it. That's a great call. That's a great call. I get it. Everything he was saying was on point. Everything he was saying was on point. Let's go out to Marv, man. Let's go out to Marv. Marv said he wanted to go last. We're going to let Marv finish it off. I don't really have too much to say. Like, I let it all out. You know what I'm saying? I let it all out. That's the one thing I like about this. Like, there's no, like, network time where I got to do this a certain amount of time. Like, because, like, nights like tonight, I ain't got nothing to say to y'all no more. I've been saying they don't put effort on defense for 4 or 5 games now, and everybody looked at me like I was crazy. Let's go out to Marv, man. Marv gonna try to calm me down. I already know it too. Marv always come through trying to calm down. Hold up. Hold up. Here we go. Marv, what's going on with you, my boy?
What's going on, Pat?
How you feeling, man?
Oh, I'm feeling all right. I can see you not.
Hey, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of no effort. I can deal with a lot.
Okay.
I can't deal with no effort.
Okay. All right. Let me start off by saying,
here we go.
This game here was a lack of effort, a lack of preparation from the coaches to the head coach to the players. This was a beat down from one Hall of Fame coach to another coach who is not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Pop totally out-coached this guy tonight. Now, I can count on my right hand on how many times this year Billy been out-coached, though. So I can give him that prop. But I'm going to tell you what this deal was. Before this game started, Pop sat his guys down and let them know, DeRozan's coming to town, guys. We want this one.
Yeah.
And Billy didn't let his guys know that it would be a big motivation factor for the Spurs if they beat DeRozan. He was with them last year. You could see it on the court. Every one of those guys was motivated to the fullest to win this game. Also, when I say coaching, I just want you to hear this. Do you remember when it was about 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the game?
Yep.
How much pressure? That's coaching, Pat. He never trapped. He never full court pressed. He was acting like they're going to come down and give us the damn ball and we're going to go down and score. At 1 minute and 35 seconds, he still didn't trap or press. Now, if you look at the stats,
this is the thing, right? I can't kill him for that if you know your guys aren't going to do it well. Because if you screw up a full court press, it's an easy bucket.
But at least okay. But what are you saying though, Pat? You said effort. Wouldn't that be effort?
Listen, I would love to see the effort, but if I run a full court press with DeJounte Murray bringing the ball up, who has great court vision, and he gets it, and he gets past either Zach LaVine or DeMar DeRozan or whatever it is, that's it. You can't come back from that. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't fault Billy for putting his players in a position based on the defensive level that they've shown that they're going to play. Now I can fault you. I can fault you for not.
I'm sorry. I go back to this. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I can fault you for not like cussing them out and being like, "Give me a little more effort."
Yeah, but did he even do that? No.
And here's the reason that part I don't know. Pat, Billy be chewing the mess out of that gum. I don't know that part.
Yeah. Well, this is the reason I'm saying that, Pat. The only way you're gonna get back in the game is by pressing. You was down 10, Pat, with a minute and 59. You can't let them go down and take a shot with two seconds left on the shot clock.
Yeah.
Even if because here's the deal: when you did that, they still scored. So if you press and they score in 16 seconds, you did better.
Yeah.
Because you saved time for your team.
Yeah.
You got to put forth the effort, and you have to at least coach your players to a winning way.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not making excuses for the rest of the players. They didn't have the effort tonight. But a lot of teams are motivated by their coach's decision. They really get up, including what San Antonio showed today. They were motivated by what Pop told. I can guarantee you Pop told them, guys, we want this game. DeRozan's coming to town.
I agree.
We're going to get the same effort. We're going to get the same effort when we go to Toronto in 3 games from now. Because DeMar played for them. And we are not the hunters no more. We are the hunted.
Yep.
Every team is going to give us their best game. So Billy has to be on point every night. I can't wait to watch his press conference and see how much of a responsibility he takes. And I bet you, Pat, when you watch it, he's going to say, I think we did a bad coaching job.
Oh, we had it playing.
And
we had it playing. He basically just said he called out his team's effort. He said it takes 5 people on defense to play defense.
That's right, man. In closing, I just wanted to say this. Now, this was, remember I texted you earlier and told you that I wanted to try to be kind of one of the late callers in because I wanted to say this to the fans.
Yep.
The reason I wanted to do this, and it was so fitting that the Bulls had a game like this tonight, is because if you go around the league and you listen to some of the fans of other teams who's struggling, they have turned on their team.
Yeah.
And one of the teams that's even turned even worse is the New York Knicks fan base.
Oh yeah, they do that quickly.
Yeah. Well, and I'm not trying to get away from us. We had a bad, messed up ass game tonight. I'm not taking anything away from it, but I'm gonna tell you this: I'm still with my Bulls.
Absolutely.
And I can honestly tell you that over 60% of New Yorkers are not with the Knicks no more. The worst thing our fan base can do right now is to turn against our team. Pat.
Yeah.
Now, we can criticize and we can let it be known that you need to put more effort, you need to play better. But we stay with our guns. We stay with our boys. And if you can take anything shining light out of this loss, anything, it was a West Coast team. And it's only one loss. That's not to take away from the effort that we played tonight.
Yeah.
That's not to take away from the coaching job that we did tonight.
Yeah.
But it is. It's one game.
I agree.
We need to do better.
I agree. But
now,
we keep saying
we got two games coming up at home. I'm sorry. We got 2 games coming up at home.
Yeah.
You remember every time I say this about the games that come up, I say they are winnable, but we have to win them.
Yeah.
I had just called in yesterday and told you that we had 4 games coming up, and I figured we would win 3 of them. I didn't say it on air, but I almost knew we were going to lose tonight. So in my eyes, I'm right on point if we win the next 2. Because I knew a motivational thing with Pop and getting those young boys ready to play against DeRozan, we had to give it all tonight. Now, like I said, if you look at the stats, DeRozan had 30, LaVine had 30.
Yeah.
But nobody played defense.
And even to that, LaVine had 30, but it was 30 on 10 of 23 when Vooch was killing his man and Kobe was killing his. You know what I'm saying? Like, move that thing around. And listen, get 23 again. It's okay.
I mean, all right, now remember this too now, Pat. You remember where Vooch was deadly at the last game? Down low. You know how many low post moves and low post passes they threw to him tonight? Not very many. That's
not at all. They absolutely went away from him. Not at all.
That's coaching, Pat. When they on the
I agree.
floor,
Offensively, I'm on Billy.
Yeah.
Billy offensive adjustments were terrible tonight. You got and have been.
Yeah, they have, and like I say, but I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say that they have been totally, because if you can count on one hand how many real bad coaching jobs Billy then did this year, Orlando, this one here, a couple of more, the blowouts and this and that and that and that. But you have to understand, when they running plays, they don't call them. Billy does.
Yeah.
All I'm going to say is this, and I'm going to close. The reason I'm saying this is because, now, just like you said, if you felt like your players were not giving effort, then you shouldn't have called a press. I'll be damned. You down by 10 with 1:30 to go. You got to press.
Yeah.
You have to. Listen, I just said it. Okay, and I understand what you were saying. Well, Javonte Murray's going to go right around and they're going to score. Okay, they scored with 19 seconds to go on the shot clock. We let them go to 3, and they scored every damn time with 3 seconds to go, which really blew the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I ain't going to hold you. I'm going to try to lift you up, Pat, because I know it's Friday, and, it's always a happy feeling inside the box. That's all I want to tell you, brother.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
That's how we go. That's how we're going to get through the night, man.
That's right. And you just ride that bottle in before you know it, you're going to be waking up in the morning.
Hey, Marv, appreciate you for calling in. Always a great caller, man. Always come with a great call. Stay safe out in Dallas, man.
Yeah, one more thing before I hang up, man. I just want to tell the fans.
Go ahead.
Get in there and rant. Get in there and rant. Make Pat mad as hell, guys. But it is one game, and it was against the West. So we're going to be all right.
We're going to be all right. Hey, Marv, stay safe
out
there,
Pat.
Man. All right, man. Peace.
All right, guys. Take care.
Big love to Marv, man. Marv is a great caller, dog. Marv is always a great caller. Marv is a newer caller to the show, but he always calls in dropping gems, man. I don't really have too much else to say, man. I really don't. It's a bad loss. It's going to be a bad loss. It's going to continue to be a bad loss. I do agree with Marv. It is one loss, but these one losses continue to build up. You know what I'm saying? That when you have one loss, it's just one loss. After a while, it ain't just one loss no more. After a while, it's 4 or 5 losses, 6 losses. You know what I'm saying? So that's the part that starts to irritate. You know what I'm saying? You're beating teams that I'm like, man, I can't believe you beat that team. And yet you're losing the teams that you should be beating. It's a bad stretch in the season right now. Every team goes through one. It's still always going to be C-Red Nation. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like what we saw there. I don't like what we saw there tonight. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and rocking with us as always, man. Continue to show support, I guess, man. Like the video, subscribe to the page, all that good stuff, man. We're trying to get the 25K by the end of this year, so that helps if you guys subscribe to the channel, if you guys subscribe to the page. Let's get this thing growing up. And if you guys share the page, man, if y'all got Twitter, Facebook, whatever it is, man, share the videos, share the live stream, share stuff like that so that we can get more people in here, build this family out. Don't think I'm going to forget about y'all, man. Don't think I'm going to forget. Hey, Clayton's in here. You know what I'm saying? I call people out by name. You know what I'm saying? Hey, speak English secrets. He's out in Milan, Italy. Shout out to him, man. Stay safe out there. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with your boy for another one. I'm going to get up out of here, man. It's your boy, Pat the Designer. Bulls lose. We'll be back for the next one. Peace.